Hello everyone, my name is Vedant and this is devking. Sometimes, if you have watched some tutorials, you would have seen that people declare some variables using var, let and const in JavaScript, but they don't explain the difference between them. So I am here to tell the difference between var, let and const in this video and also gonna tell you which variable you should use in which situations. So let's get started now. One of the features that came with the new update of JavaScript is the ES6 update, which led to the addition of let and const, which can be used for variable declaration. So the question is, what makes them different from var? At first, you had only one keyword to declare variables, and that was the var keyword. But people started getting issues with var. The scope of var is function or locally scoped. This means that any variable that is declared with var outside a function is available for use in the whole window. To understand further, let's go and take an example. Okay, so here we have a var with some context and we have a function of message with another variable of b with some context again. And we are printing that b here, and here is the result. But what if we print this b variable outside the function? Of course, we get an error of b is not defined. Okay, so here we have another example of var, and here we have declared two variables in which time equals 4, and here we also have if statement with times greater than 3, and since 4 is greater than 3, var, var greater is redefined to an another value. So if we console this out, you can see this message in the console without any error. This is not a problem if you already know that we have declared greater again, but it becomes a big problem if you are working in a big project or if you don't know greater has already been declared. This will likely cause a lot of bugs in your code. So therefore, let and const are important. Okay, so here we have an example of let in which a let variable, let me change this to let, a let variable of hello is declared and it is printed inside of an if statement, and here is the output. But if we cut this out and paste this outside the if statement, then we get an error of hello is not defined. So if we done the exact same thing with the var, it makes exactly opposite, which means that our hello is still printed outside of the block. Just like a var, a variable declared using let can be updated, but a variable declared using let cannot be redeclared. So for example, here we have a let variable of greeting with some message of hello, and it is again updated. The variable has again updated, and if we console this out, then we get the updated message printing out in the console. But if we redeclared this greeting variable by using let, then we get an error of greeting has already been declared. And this is quite useful if you don't know whether the variable is declared or not. And so this was the major difference between var and let, And now let's turn to the difference between const and let. Just as let, const is also block scoped, but a variable made using const cannot be redeclared nor updated. So here we have a variable of const with some context, and if we try to update that variable, we get an error saying that assessment to constant variable. So here we have another example of const variable which has an object in it. But what if we want to change the value of it? We will simply type greetings is equal to message and type something, but we get an error. So to change the value, we have an alternate method. Let me show you of greeting dot message and this. So if we console this out, console.log greeting dot message, then we doesn't get any error, and also the value has changed. So bye guys, and see you in the upcoming project. Stay safe and have a good day.